just want me to randomly stand here?
No, you just stand there and look pretty.
With that. I feel like hooey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jones, Kentucky Homestead. Tonight we're going to take you through our orchard real quick, and we're also going to show you our first apple harvest out of our orchard. And I think we're going to try to make an apple pie for lunch after church tomorrow, so sit back and enjoy it.
Oh, Maddie, tell everybody about the green apple tree.
Okay. Okay.
Maddie, tell them.
We are going to see the bunny, and right in there, the hoop, but we have, water.
Get off.
But we have apples.
Where are they?
Right there. Yeah, they're green, but
Pick one.
yeah. I want them. I want really one.
What's mine?
Oh! Hey,
No,
what about
don't
me?
throw 'em.
What about me, Mom? Whoa, whoa.
Pat.
I can't really do that.
Good job.
And I'm not one day, Ray.
Come here, Dad.
Okay.
Ready? See it?
You can touch it, Ryan. Yes, you can. Oh, even bigger than that. I want. Hey, Ray. Yeah, no. Oh, I scared her. Ryan, come take this. Yeah, I touched the bucket.
So we wanted to get this apple picking device that, you know, you can stand on the ground and reach up, 15, 20 feet and pick apples in a nice little basket on a stick. And Sedgwick said, no, let's get a step ladder. So we get a step ladder on this.
Dave Ramsey says that's okay.
Go, go.
Dave Ramsey didn't pay our hospital bill when we fall off the ladder.
Kiddos, get out from under Daddy, please.
I've got an idea.
Here, Ryan.
Get tucked in. Dad, I have one.
Okay.
There's another one up behind you. Behind you, right there.
Oh.
I got an idea. Whoa, whoa. One more. Thank you. One more. That's a big one.
You know, one of these days we're going to get us one of these apple picking basket things. I think Dave would be okay with a $20 purchase.
Where was it? Yeah.
Please don't.
Here you go. Oh, wait. Is it one on this one? Is there one on that one?
No, it's right above you.
Oh, it's on that one.
Here, I'll grab this one.
This help me. You got the thingy?
Sort of.
Okay.
Come here, beast. Here's one. There you go.
Split open.
I can't see your hand.
Drop it. There you go.
Where's another one?
Right up straight over my head. Yeah.
Ah!
That one there. I can't.
Don't look at that.
Alright, that's good.
There's one way up there.
Where's the, is that big one up there?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Oh, it's pretty.
Where is it?
Right
Alright, I don't want to break us. You know, isn't that what they do in like the big orchards? They get a machine that like shakes.
I like it for nuts and stuff. For nuts and such.
I thought we watched something that ain't. Oh God. You're not hanging on this ladder. Ow!
I'll get up there and try to get it.
I'm sure you would, child. Who is that?
Elvis.
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 Where's Priscilla?
They're over there and
Oh, there's Priscilla. Behind the window. Which one's your favorite? Elvis?
yeah, all of them.
Something else.
This is a little red.
So we started our orchard about 4 or 5 years ago. We ordered 5 or 6 apple trees from Stark Brothers online. They're out of Mississippi. We got these trees planted right alongside of our driveway, which wasn't the best place to plant them, but you know, we did it anyway. So, but the rest of these trees, we started getting them from Stark Brothers as well. Stark Brothers has a really good apple tree. I mean, they grow well and they live. One tip about getting apple trees is if you look at your Google like the best apple tree for whatever state you're in. Obviously we did best apple tree to grow in Kentucky, and it brought up University of Kentucky's agriculture page, and it tells you all the different species that are the best suited for Kentucky. So that's what we did when we bought the rest of these trees. So we've got all these apple trees out through here. Come on, walk out here. The trees that are going out this way, we just planted these 2 or 3,
yeah,
maybe 3. This might be year 3 on them.
Driveway.
What?
They're not as old as the driveway.
Oh yeah.
Trees.
So these are, I think, about 3 years old. We've got several different species. This one here is September Wonder Fuji, and it's got a lot of apples. And you can see how this little tree here, we need to go through and retie them up because they're starting to go over pretty bad with the weight of the apples. But we don't treat our trees, and we haven't yet, for any kind of fungicide or with fungicide or anything like that. We're trying to be as organic as possible, but we're probably going to have to do a little something this spring. These trees though, and back in late winter, we'll come out here and we'll show you how we prune them back a little bit. You get a lot of this new growth once you prune them, but all in all, they're doing okay. Seems to tell how it's real light colored up through here. That's new growth, and you can see over here, this is new growth. These are Honeycrisp trees, and they've not done well. And I don't know, I'm not really sure why, but these leaves they've dried up, and I mean they're almost dead. The leaves are, they're dead. But anyway, this is what I was talking about though when I'm saying we're going to look at ways to organically treat our trees this spring. for fertilizer, we've been dumping rabbit droppings and all that around it. But you can see we got another Honeycrisp tree, and it must just be the Honeycrisp because it's not doing good at all either. The little shoots that come off down towards the bottom are doing okay, but the main whatever you call this trunk they're not doing good. So then we've got a couple peach trees. Planted these 3 peach trees several years ago, and they've grown really well. The one on the end we actually got from, I think, from Lowe's for Mother's Day for Satchel.
Gosh.
It's done really well as far as growing. Peaches, that's another story. I don't think we've gotten a single peach off of it. Now it's had peaches, but they've been bug infested or worm infested before we can get to them. These other 2 trees here, we planted them.
Mommy, about to pee.
Well, here are our meat bird. They are growing great. Matthew's getting to where he's moving them twice a day because they're getting so big.
So to fertilize our orchard and our trees and berries, we drag the chicken tractor through it. Once they get a little bit older, once we're moving it once a day, you can't even, right now, the first place we took them through here, you can't even tell. This is where we brought them through last week, and you can see where the grass is kind of yellow or whatnot. That's from all the nitrogen that they're putting in when they poop. Their poop's really high in nitrogen, so it's gonna, right now, you know, it's been dry here and hot, so it's probably gonna burn the grass a little bit, but that's okay. But as it rains, it's gonna soak in, and it's going to wash or soak down to this row of trees. And you can see this other row here, where we're taking them out now, the same way. It's just a bunch of free organic fertilizer for our orchard. So we'll take it out, and we're going to come back through that last row. We're going to work them towards the house after that last pass through the bushes, and then once we get to the house, they'll be ready to butcher, I hope. One little neat tidbit about ducks is they are supposedly really good for your orchard. They don't, since their bills are rounded, they don't peck your fruit, they eat the bugs. So the ducks usually come out here and follow the chicken tractor as we move it through here every day. And you can look at them now, and they're cleaning up where the chickens were, and they're eating bugs, and they pick stuff off the leaves, little silkworms and bagworms. We've also planted elderberries in the orchard. It's a very good, not tonic, what am I wanting to say? Supposed to be very good for helping with colds and the flu, drinking elderberry syrup. So these are the second year they've been out here. They haven't been out here that long, but they're already producing berries, and we have found out that elderberries are not meant to be picked and eaten because they are horrible. So, but anyway, we'll be probably not this year because we don't have very many, but next year, if they go crazy again, we ought to have plenty to make elderberry syrup with, and we will show you that process next year.
I am going to try a fresh picked elderberry because I've never tried one. Tastes like an apple core.
Okay.
So a couple years ago, no, 2 years ago, I think this is the second year. Last year, all right. So last year we bought some raspberry bushes from Stark Brothers as well, and we planted them. And this year they have gone crazy. We're actually getting like a handful of raspberries every day from them. But you can, when we got them, it was just a small little pot, or a small little plant with a pot, in a pot. So we planted them. They've gone crazy, as you can see. They've just exploded with growth. And we've actually got some brand new plants coming up out of the ground. Some brand new ones coming up out of the ground away from the main plant. So they're starting to reproduce really well on their own. They're doing so good that we had to build a trellis behind them to hold them up. The chickens were coming through and picking off all the low-hanging berries. So we got them to where we're tying them up. And you can see here's another one that's kind of come off on its own and started growing. So they do really well, and you can get a handful of these berries every day, and they're delicious. Sorry.
Also attracts kitties. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty.
So you can see we get I mean, I don't call that a handful because we've already picked some of them today, but we get a good handful of these every day right now with just 2 plants. So once these spread out and fill in these gaps, we're going to be getting, pints of these a day. What I like about this, and I will try to find out what breed, species, whichever that these are, because I want a couple more because they're ever bearing. You can see right here there's still green berries. I mean, that's yet to bloom. That's going to bloom here in a minute. Yeah. But here's some blooms still yet to open up, starting to open up on these, and we're still picking ripe berries. So I'm anxious to see how late in the year these things will actually produce. I'm hoping, end of September or so, or at least right at the first frost anyway. But raspberries are definitely the way to go. These things are delicious.
Brian, you want to come pick that one red apple?
Which one?
Right above Ollie.
This one?
Yep.
Look, but look.
Ooh. Go ahead and pick it. You need the top.
Eat the top?
Yeah, take a bite.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Really good.
We've also got blueberries. I caught blueberries on sale from Tractor Supply, I don't know, 4 years ago or so. And I think they were normally like $9 or $10 a piece. And I got 40 something for $1 a piece. I split them with a friend. I planted 40 in this row and 4 are living. So it wasn't a great purchase. But they've never really thrived. I've gotten the soil tester. I've gotten the stuff to amend the soil for blueberries to make it more acidic that they like. They've just never grown more than you see right now. So the blueberries, we've only gotten like, I don't know, maybe a handful total off these blueberries. I can't figure out what the big deal is with them, why they're not going crazy. They're supposed to get huge and bush out and be something magnificent, and they're not. So we may end up pulling these up at some point and ordering some from Stark Brothers and planting them. But we put the rabbit droppings on them. We've actually mulched around them right now with pine tree shavings and needles and such that to put acidity into the soil. So any day now they're going to take off and do something great, and the bugs are going to quit bothering Sedgel and she'll quit shaking the camera. So
uh-oh, found her. Where you been, Pat?
I was chasing the chicken hard.
Oh, did you catch it?
No,
Hmm.
I didn't catch it. But I gotta put it right there. I gotta chase that chicken.
go chase it. thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We didn't show the rest of our homestead chores for the evening, but we got the pigs fed, we got the rabbits watered. Now we're going to get in and make this pie. So thanks for watching. Make sure to watch for the next video on how we make this apple pie. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for other homesteading content, and you all have a blessed day. Say bye.